Hey, Clint DeBoer with Pro Tool Reviews, and Flex has just released the FX7141A-Z 12-inch dual bevel sliding miter saw. So this is pretty cool. This is going to operate on the Flex 24-volt platform. It's a 12-inch slider. It is pretty traditional in design, so you're going to have that dual bevel left and right. It does use dual horizontally oriented rails. You're not going to be able to put this right up against a wall because you do need that back room for those rails to extend when you go and make that cut and push all the way through. A couple things you can note: it's got basically the battery goes behind kind of the handle. You basically just slide the battery vertically down at the back side, kind of behind the blade, to the right side of the blade, but on the back side of that handle. And on that handle, you'll also find that there is a button that you can hit to illuminate your light. So you do have that LED cut line indicator. From what we can tell, LED shadow line is what they're calling it. One other thing to really note about this saw: 49 pounds. So that's pretty light as far as a 12-inch miter saw goes, especially with a battery-powered type solution like this. So pretty excited about that. And as we mentioned with their table saws, and if you haven't seen that, go check out our video on that. Their table saws have an adapter. They announced an adapter along with that, and they're calling it the Flex 24-volt AC/DC power adapter. Well, that is also available for this miter saw, which means you can plug this thing in, and you've got basically a 12-foot cord section that goes from the kind of the hard part of the adapter, which is kind of like a hollow battery that plugs into where your Flex battery would go, all the way to the adapter there. So you're going to be able to plug the battery shell into the tool, and you're going to basically be able to make cuts all day long and not have to worry about the battery. So that's pretty cool. They did a good job of giving you a LED light on there so that you know the adapter's working and all that sort of thing. They even made the adapter wall mountable. So if you're going to have this thing kind of in a situation in your shop where you want to always have it running, but you want to decouple that, take it off, and use it in the field, that's a pretty cool solution for them to do that. So looking at the tool, we do notice they've got a pretty standard lock and button press lock system on the front. It looks very similar to some other miter saws that we've seen, so it's going to be very easy to set that mitering angle on the front, left or right. And it has that kind of third foot. So, when you are cutting those deeper pieces of wood, you're cutting through a 2x12 or whatever, you're not going to have that thing fall forward on you towards you as you're making that cut, because you can adjust that foot down to your table and get that stability that you need. It does look very, very solidly built. You've got those kind of two-layer removable fences on the back, so you're going to be able to cut your crown vertically on there or at an angle, however you're going to do that. Cut base on the back fence, but you're also going to be able to remove those, and that's going to let you use a sacrifice board and get even deeper cuts with this saw than you would otherwise. And I like seeing that feature. It's super, super handy. You just literally put down a piece of 3/4 or a piece of 2x and then cut over top of it, and now all of a sudden you're going to extend your maximum capability on that cross cut, and that's just a really, really good thing. I like that they used like almost ego green indicators for beveling, so it's very, very visible when you're seeing that. You can look right, kind of through the cut and see exactly what angle you're at when you're setting that. Very, very easy to identify that and not get lost in all those numbers. The other thing, they did the same thing with the indicator on the miter base. You've got those locking miter detents in the traditional places where they typically are. So you're going to be able to set your crown if you want to cut flat and do that sort of thing. You do have locking and sliding side tables that come out on both sides, and we notice that's a toolless kind of solution there. You just flip the lever, pull them out, and now you're going to be able to get a little more support on the left and right when making cuts on those larger pieces of wood. Overall, I really, really like what they've done with this tool. It's going to be a great solution for finished carpenters and remodelers. It'll be handy for framers or anybody doing form building. You can use it for framing, but we get a lot more use out of a circ saw when we're out in the field doing that kind of work. This is more of a finishing tool, and so I'm real excited to try this thing out when it comes in the shop for testing. We hope that comes in soon. If the timing is anything like the table saw, we should have this thing in a few weeks, so we're pretty excited to get in. Let you guys know what we think about it. But before I leave, let me know what you think about this miter saw. Would you want a cordless solution from Flex? Is that something that's on your shopping list? Let us know in the comments below. If you want more great tool reviews, head-to-heads, and buying guides, go ahead and smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. And as always, thanks for watching.